I, 35F. Anne, am longtime friends with a married couple, 40M and 42F. I've been distant since the pandemic when their daughter was born, and they just confronted me about it about an hour ago. I started distancing when the husband started judging me for not making my marriage work. There were extreme reasons I left that I never really broadcast for my children's sake. Some was very public, which I addressed, but the rest I've kept quiet. But the most recent issue is that I lost a child when I was 18. She was born alive but survived only a few hours. I chose a name for her that I confided in them that was very special to me, a play on family names, but appropriate for a very unexpected and traumatic loss. They used the name for their daughter. I would have had no issue with this, but I found out in the Facebook announcement, which brought back some very painful and traumatic memories. I didn't say anything, I don't own the name, but I felt very disrespected that they chose not to even give me a heads up, especially as many in our friend circle know where they got it, and I was put on the spot as far as my reaction. So I just distanced myself from them. Well, about an hour ago, I got a message from him that was very angrily worded. Apparently, he had been talking to a mutual friend about me and how I've shown no interest in their daughter, and he mentioned that them using the name without a heads up was very painful for me, and that it had put me on the spot because a lot of people had been asking for my reaction. He called me selfish and an AH for trying to sully their joy with my pain and making everything about me, and that I should just get over it. She passed years ago. IMO losing a child is something you never truly get over, and I was never rude. I never spoke badly of them or to them. I won't talk about it with anyone. I've just chosen to protect myself and remain distant. I wanted them to enjoy their daughter. They struggled with infertility for years, and I am happy for them. It's just painful for me, and I felt very disrespected with how they handled it. AITA, was I wrong to create distance in a 20-year friendship over this? Or was my reaction reasonable? Info. They used both the first and middle name down to the spelling. The only difference is the last name. The name was a made-up mix of my mom and grandpa's names, and the middle name was my nickname from them as a child. My mom passed when I was a child, and my grandpa, who raised me after mom passed 3 months before my daughter did. Comments. Should just get over it, she passed years ago. This person is not your friend. Time to distance yourself permanently. NTA, OP. I haven't responded to his email. I'm waiting until I'm calmer, but I can't say I plan to be kind. There will definitely be a clear boundary that they are never to contact me again. I wish them well, but they definitely do not continue to have any place in my life. My heart goes out to you for what you've been through. Your reaction and feelings are very reasonable. Definitely do not be kind to that person or allow them close to you anymore. I would even take a screenshot of that email for reference in case anyone in your friend group tries to say you're overreacting. OP, thank you. I forwarded the email to another friend with a clear statement of my boundaries with them going forward, and made absolutely sure they're blocked on everything. I also removed myself from any group chats or FB groups we were all in. No one is very happy with them right now. She should be honored. This sounds like some dumb childish shit. Oh, you took my name. Maybe they didn't hit her up because she's emotionally draining, or just have their own lives, or it slipped. She hit them up, tripping out. I'd tell her to duck off as well. OP. I'm not even entirely sure you read the post. I went radio silent after their name announcement. He's angry because I won't talk to them or about them. I certainly never hit them up tripping out, as you so eloquently put it. He hit me up tripping out. I distanced myself because even I didn't realize how upsetting just hearing her name would be. Hearing it and being expected to associate it with another child, then having to deal with it while people are blowing up my phone, coming to my house, coming to my job, asking me about it, was a lot on my mental health. After that, it just wasn't worth the drama to bring up or be around them. How in God's name is their conduct an honor? For a child they never met, never mourned, and never cared about. I think the main part for me is they don't have to get your blessing to use a name. OP, they didn't need my blessing. My issue is that I wasn't allowed to process hearing my daughter's full name again for the first time since her funeral privately. I had to do it with my phone blowing up with messages, people coming to my home wanting to talk about it, and people at work asking me about it. Consideration would have been a text or phone call a day or so ahead of time letting me know they were using the name and letting me process, instead of being shown the post by a coworker. It's not a common name. It was one I made up, combining my mom and grandpa's name. and the middle name was my nickname from them as a child. Both had passed a few months before my daughter. Update. So everyone's over at the house, and I mean everyone. Both of my friend groups came over. The friend, D. I sent the screenshot to last night, called everyone, and they're all furious. Her husband, M, called the former friend, A, and let him know that everyone is cutting ties with him, and that he is to leave me alone. Everyone was under the consensus that while the way they handled the name was an issue, it wasn't a deal breaker since I chose just to remove myself and let it go. However, since he chose to attack me unprovoked, simply for keeping a healthy distance, that's unforgivable. This is entirely their own reaction. I did not demand they cut ties with him. However, keep in mind that these are the people closest to me. So when I called D last night, I was simply reaching out for support and to calm down because my knee-jerk reaction was to say, if you want to go low, I'll go lower, which is very out of character for me. I made it very clear that I was not continuing any contact with A and his wife, but I was not going to dictate their friendships and love them whether they stay friends with them or not.